Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here, taking a quick break from the Scrap Smarter experience that I've been doing, that I will be doing all weekend. It's great. We had a couple really good classes this morning. So I'm doing my weekly layout share, and I'm going to do the order a little bit differently this time. As you know, this month, Shannon Allor, She's Crafty, and I are doing our Challenge Accepted series by doing the weekly Scrap Squad lift. And I do every weekly Scrap Squad lift on my series, Scrap Squad Sunday. So I just kind of wanted to show you the two lifts from the original side by side. This is the original, and it's this beautiful wood grain paper, layers kind of pointing down, layers pointing up, some florals. There's a cute little squirrel and a little, like neighborhood scene here with a squirrel running through the woods. Just a really beautiful layout. I love this one. So the very first one I did was this one for Scrap Squad Sunday, and I used this pattern paper by Vicki Booten from Fernwood that had the flowers in a certain place, so I didn't have my papers kind of pointing down and then pointing up and joining. So I attached my photo cluster, which is backed by a whole lot. This was all done with materials or papers from the Mind the Scrap and embellishments from the Mind the Scrap kit. I believe this was November's kit. I think I said in my video, I think I said January, but I just got January's kit, so this was the November kit. And of course I have some Dottie About flare pieces. I love that the Argyle flare here matches Katie's hair, and she pointed that out, that she liked it, and she liked that this piece, this backing piece, also kind of brought out the red in her hair. So I love this version. I did this one for Challenge Accepted, and I did more the same shape that the original had, but I may have gone a little bit overboard on the florals. I stamped and fussy cut these florals out of a gel print that I made in a Vicki Booten class. And so two completely different, let me see if I can move my drink away. I usually don't bring a drink to the table, but I'm trying to squeeze in a layout share and lunch into this little break. So here are the two. There's the first one, and I want to make sure that I get it all on camera, and I'm not doing that. But anyway, there are videos for both of these, Scrap Squad Sunday and Challenge Accepted. And so I'll put those aside. And then this is one that I did live on the Dottie About Flare Facebook group. So there's no video on YouTube. And I was doing not only Lisa's sketch, which is this one kind of turned this way, but I was also doing the Bramble Fox challenge of make your own embellishments, handmade embellishments. So I stacked flare and ephemera pieces and little bits of jute twine and some Bramble Fox pieces to make clusters here, 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 and here. And I kind of varied them and used lots of different Bramble Fox pieces and added a few sequins here and there. I did this one entirely upside down because the live camera the way that my phone broadcasts live to Facebook. I kind of needed to do it that way. So it was kind of interesting. And this one's a little bit minimalist for me. It also uses a lot of the same pieces from the Mind the Scrap November kit. And a squirrel from Suzanne Madison. And here's another one that she sent me. And lots of Bramble Fox pieces. The Together, the Love Stamp, and the Hibiscus. I really love how this one came out. This is probably one of my favorite layouts for the week, and this is one that's going up on my wall. This one was another fun one. This was done for Scrap Backwards, and for Scrap Backwards, we were lifting Sherry Purdue, who's one of our members, and she did a colorful grid with lots of embellishments on each square for the for one of the that she put in the group using her Scrap Backwards kit. And I just loved it. I didn't have the navy blue, so I used a black background. And my kit had all these colors, very heavy in the teal, orange, and kind of lime green. So I pulled several different versions of all of those, and I threw in some red and yellow for this ladybug cluster, and some pink in this stamp, and yellow there, and more. So because a little bit of pink, I added some more pink and these hearts and so forth. I had a blast with this grid. This was lots and lots of fun, and I got to use all the little kind of spirit animals for the kids. The squirrel for Ava, who was called Baby Squirrel, and the alligator for Allie, and the ladybug for Katybug, and the bee for Barrett, who is called Bee most of the time. And so we've got all kinds of different forms of those. So I've got another of Suzanne Madison's squirrels, and a squirrel that was sent to me by Gwen Towell, and lots of older stash that was in my kit, and then I pulled a couple things in. So this was fun too. This one was for Stash Dive Tuesday, and I had my stash, let's see, this didn't stick on there very well. Let me get a little bit of glue here. I knew that was not where I expected it to be. This is a chipboard button, and I intended for it to be right on top of this gear, like so. I used, the first thing I did was to dive into my recently rediscovered stash of gel prints that I have pulled. This one was for a Vicky Booten class that I took. And I scanned it so that I would have another copy in case I wanted to use it for anything. And then I just tore the edges of the original and kind of used that as a background, layered it on top of this Vicky Booten paper from Color Study. And then I started pulling in junk from my Crazy Bowl. This is a piece of a gear. This is a whole gear cut from the same paper. This is a Father's Day flare from Dottie About Flare, one of the first flares I bought. I think this may be from my advent calendar box, but the photos are of a jersey that James bought me when Barrett first started playing football, when he first moved here. And this was 6th grade, so it has a great big gigantic picture of him on the back. And I wore this jersey to every one of his games. We thought he wasn't going to be playing at Centennial next year, and when my sister went nuts over the shirt, I decided to give it to her, only to find out that he is going to be playing at Centennial, and I no longer have this jersey, but it has a very happy home with Patrice And so I'm happy for her to have it, except I missed the jersey, and I'm glad I took photos of it. So that was another fun one to do. This one is for a brand new group that I'm part of, and I'm so excited. It's a Punched Out Thursday to Die For, and it emphasizes, as you can guess from the title, using punches and dies on your pages. So I pulled out every snowflake die I had. I cut them out of white cardstock, out of blue glitter paper, and out of a photo print of this brayer clean-off sheet that I had used in that same Vicki Boutin class that made that other print. And lots of Bramble Fox perspectives here. This snowflake, this snowflake, this snowflake. Obviously the fox and the bear and the Let It Snow and the title, the frosty title. I somehow just really love how the background and the way that I edited the photo with the Waterlog app just kind of made it seem like a single piece of art. I hope that doesn't sound too braggy. And I will tell you that after I made the video, I was cleaning up my table and I found this little bitty snowflake right here. And so I decided to layer it on top of here, and I love it. I love that it's there. And I like that I cut some snowflakes out of the yellow part and out of the kind of blue part right up here. And this icicle perspective from Bramble Fox, I just love. And I think I had 3 pieces, and that was my last one, so I may need to order some more of that. Although we don't get a lot of ice in these parts, but so I'll put that one aside. And this was the last one I did in the week. This was yesterday's Mixed Media Frenzy piece, and I did a pretty close copy of the original using different colors. And as I said in the video, I kind of wish I had used the original color scheme, but I don't hate this. And I have some Bramble Fox seagulls, because this picture was taken at the beach. You really can't tell it, but I know that. And I used a little Valentine Cupid piece with this Cupid pointing his arrow straight at John. And I love this. It's kind of my Valentine to John in heaven. So that was it for the week, and I'm going to be working today on my after the class is over, on my lift for Scrap Squad Sunday. And next week's lift is this one, and I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to do those stripes and what photo to use. It looks like there's a doily involved and some circles and stars and smaller bits and arrows. So I will start digging those out and trying to see what I can come up with before class starts, and then I'll have it ready to film when I'm done with class. So I'll see you next week for my layout share, and have fun. Bye.